It's William Untethered. Yes, I'm untethered. This is a whole new YouTube channel, making some changes, trying some new things. Let's just talk about this real quick. Where am I now? I'm in Colorado. It's a crisp, kind of a crisp, cool morning. It's cloudy. Maybe it's gonna rain, I don't know. But it's a great morning to go for a walk and do a video. So if you just came across this channel for the first time, because this is the first video ever for this channel. So we'll call this episode 1, Getting to Know William, okay? It's William Untethered. Why did I pick that name, Untethered? Well, I want to be untethered from any kind of category. I don't want to be put in a financial category. I don't want to be put into a life coach category. I don't want to be put into a full-time RV life category. We'll talk about that in a second. I don't want to be put in a RV transport category. We'll talk about that. I don't want to be put in a review category. I don't want to be put in a travel category. But William, isn't that going to affect your numbers? Yeah, it will probably affect my numbers. But you know what? This channel's not about the numbers. This channel's about putting out there what I want to put out there, doing what I want to do, saying what I want to say when I want to say it. Plus, you never know where I'm going to be. Let's switch hands because that one's getting sore already because I'm an old guy, right? But what's going on is me and my wife have another YouTube channel, and it's called The Riverstone Life, okay? My wife decided to sell our house 3 years ago and decided to make a change. Well, RV life was not the change. We started looking at other homes in other states. Didn't quite work out the way we wanted it to. I talked her into a Riverstone. Don't ever talk your wife into something that you know you're going to regret later on. Nothing wrong with the camper. Love the camper. It does exactly what it's supposed to. Definitely was the right decision when buying something because I haven't had to work on it. So that's awesome. But my wife does not want to live in a camper. so that was the mistake I made. But we had a lot of great experiences. We met a lot of great people. We still have it. If you want to go and check that channel out, it's called The Riverstone Life. Robin will put it down in the description below. You can go over and see what that's about. That channel has almost 15,000 subscribers, over 6 million views, a lot of videos because we put our whole family and our grandkids and all that stuff in there. We have a big family. I've been married 3 times. I'm her second marriage. Kind of gives you an idea what's going on there. But check that channel out. There's a lot of cool stuff there. There's a lot of ways to make some money. If you're thinking about our full-time RV life, you can do that. We can show you some of that. Plus, you can also get into RV transport. That's in there. But that's what that channel's about. But I wanted something different. I wanted to be able to do the things I was doing before RV transport, before full-time RV life, and I want to share those experiences with you. That's what my plan is with this new channel. That's the reason I named it Untethered. You're wondering why I called it William Untethered? It's because on our other YouTube channel, I always started out, it's William, then my wife Robin, you know. So now it's William Untethered. You know, you get yourself into these ways of doing things. So that's what I wanted to do. And that's what we did. So this is the first video getting to know me, what this channel is going to be about. So we'll talk about that a little bit. You know, let's go back quite a few years. Let's tell you a little story. I was like, I don't know, I think I was 18 or 19 years old. I wasn't 20 yet, I know that much. And I was looking for a job, and I think it was in the newspaper back then. And I found it in the local newspaper, wanted car shagger. So I think that's what it was, shagging cars or something like that. I think that's what the title was, shagging cars. I'm like, what the hell is shagging cars? You know. Anyways, it says reply here, you know, or just reply in person. What do? I jump in my, what did I have at that time? I think I had a Trans Am. Oh yeah, I had an Indy, 1980 Indy Pace Car Edition Trans Am. It was one of the first turbos. Yeah, That's before they knew how to make a turbo. Well, anyways, I jump in that thing and I drive down to this place. I walk in the door, tell them I'm here for the ad in the paper, and the lady's like, okay, just wait a second. And this guy comes out, starts talking to me, says, how old are you? And he sees my car. He goes, nice car. I said, yeah. And he goes, what's your driving record? Because he's seen my hot rod sports car, so he figured I probably had a really bad driving record. I said, my driving record's perfect. He checks it, says, give me a couple minutes, comes back out, and he says, what are you doing today? And I said, right this minute? No, I got no plans. Well, anyways, he says, you want to go with me today and make some money? I said, okay. This is how this turned out. And it changed my life. But anyways, I said, can I use your phone? Because back then they didn't have cell phones. So I had to call home and let everybody know where I wasn't going to be back today. And that's what I did. Anyways, I jump in his car with him. He's the owner. At this time, I don't even know who he is. I just thought he worked there. But he's the owner. He takes me kind of under his wing, takes me to an auto auction in Denver, Colorado, and he buys and sells cars. So he said, what you're going to do today? He said, I'm going to buy a few cars, and I'm going to have you drive one back, and then I have people to come and pick the other ones up. But that's what your job's going to be, is driving these cars. And I said, I can do that. What the heck? So you can imagine when you're this age, and every day it was a different kind of car, SUV, truck, a lot of cool stuff. So I had a lot of fun doing that. But what happened was, within 6 months, he had me running that whole division and restoring cars. And then I was surrounded by people that were mechanics and fixing and buying and selling and detail shop. We had a detail shop, and I ran this whole place, and I did this for like 3 years, and that's another story, but I did it for like 3 years and learned so much that I took what I learned there into the next business of the motorcycle world, where I started at the bottom and worked myself all the way up to the owner. And that's all the knowledge that I have. 36 years in the motorcycle business, 3 years in the auto business. And when it comes to detailing, restoring, fixing things up, selling stuff, that's probably where I get my gift of gab. Is, my wife likes to give me a little crap every now and then, because you kind of sound like a used car salesman, William. And I go, first of all, it would be a used motorcycle salesman, because I'm better than a car salesman. So that's kind of our little joke. But I have a lot of experience in that stuff. And then when I got out of the motorcycle business, I started restoring bikes and stuff in our garage, because that's my passion. But then when we decided to sell everything, start this lifestyle, I gave that up. I miss that now. So my goal is to get back into that and put that on this channel. But it's going to take a while, because we live in a fifth wheel. We need to find a place to do that, or maybe buy a house. We haven't decided what we're doing yet. We're looking at all of our options. So then I have to get all the equipment back that I sold before we started that lifestyle. So I'm working on that. But this is our plan. But in the meantime, I'm out driving around the United States and seeing and doing things all the time. And I want to put that stuff into this channel and show those experiences. But I don't want to be tethered to one category. So if you're a car enthusiast, motorcycle enthusiast, ATVs, snowmobiles, this is all my background. I've done all that stuff. I have a lot of stories that I can tell you, some really cool things that I've done, and we can talk about and share. And I want you to leave your comments, even right now when you're watching this video, going, well, this is the kind of stuff I'm interested in. And then put it in the comments, because maybe I have some knowledge about that I can do a video about. Because I have no idea what the next video is going to be, because this is all new and fresh, and it's a really good feeling. I'm enjoying the idea of putting something different out. Just imagine, for 2.5 years now on YouTube, all I talked about was RVs, showing them to people, and that's great. I'm still going to do that on that channel, but I don't want to be limited to just one thing. And yes, why don't you just put this stuff on the other channel? Well, it's because my wife tells me, when you put so many different things on your channel, YouTube does not know where to put your stuff. They don't know who to send it out to, and that's what happens. So that's why I'm not going to do that. We're going to go back to just using that channel for RV related stuff. this channel for whatever I feel like doing that day. So if you subscribe, and I'm hoping you subscribe, because you're gonna get a notification and you're gonna be like, where's William today? What's William doing today? Because you're never gonna know. That's the thrill of it for me, and it might be the thrill of it for you. I have a lot of experiences. If you're wondering, I'm 59 years old, been married 3 times. I can even tell you stories about that stuff. For you guys that are starting out there, you younger guys, this way you won't make some of the same mistakes I made. And then you also have to look at life sometimes. Maybe it wasn't a mistake. Maybe those things you did that you thought were a mistake was getting you where you are today. That's how I like to look at things. Yes, I'm one of those guys too. I was told by a professional once that I should be a life coach, and I laughed at him. And now I'm on YouTube, telling people how to do things, helping people with things. If you go to our other channel, The Riverstone Life, and you go to the RV transport videos, in case you've got a truck and you want to make some money, then you'll understand, because I have over 200 referrals out there that I reach out to and, give them advice, tell them things that I've done wrong, helping them get through that line of work, helping them to make money and be better at it. So I kind of am a life coach when it comes to that. But on this channel, I want to show you the other stuff that I do. And I want to see if I can experience some new ideas from the people out there that watch this stuff and come across it. And I'm going to do lots of reviews. I like to buy things. Yes, my wife gets upset with me all the time. She's like, did we need that? I'm going to do a review on it. The nice part about it is, if it's a mistake, I can tell you about it before you spend your hard-earned money on it. Our other channel gets a lot of free products. This channel might down the road, as it gets bigger, if it gets bigger, because I'm trying something new. Because if you're not pushing yourself to try new things, then you're just not growing. Does that make sense? And I felt like I got a little stagnant the last 6 months, because it's the same thing over and over and over and over. It's kind of like that job that you go to that you can't stand no more, but you keep doing it because you're afraid to try something different, or you don't know what to do. That's where I'm at, guys. That's where I'm at. So right now, you're seeing video 1 for this brand new YouTube channel, William Untethered. And I just explained to you what the untethered meant. And I showed you that I'm in Colorado, just enjoying the cool breeze, getting ready to get back on the road. And just for a reference, I put about 150,000 miles a year on. So I'm in every state over and over and over. We go to Canada, we drove to Alaska, we do all that stuff. Plus my wife loves to travel the world. So we might do a different video or different YouTube channel for that. But you never know, because I might be in one of them places and I'm ready to do a video because I have something to talk about. So you never know where I'm going to be. It's going to be, where is William today? And that's right where we're going to end this video at. Please subscribe.